Today I'm going to talk about crystals, our gateway to connecting with the earth element. Crystals fall under the earth element. The earth element gives us stability, it gives us strength, it makes us feel more powerful. This is why it is important to be so intuitive with crystals, because you have to show the confidence in your choice. That's the way the element is working with you. And I think that is not said nearly enough. When people see a crystal, they feel drawn to it in a particular way that they can't possibly explain. The properties in that particular crystal are what we may need at the time. We are crystals. We are minerals. The properties in us respond to the mineral in that particular crystal. So when we find ourselves being drawn to a particular shape, a particular color, a particular crystal, you are being drawn to the part that will fit together and make you feel more complete. Only you know how your properties, how your minerals, how your makeup is going to correlate with the particular crystal that is the object of your desire. This is the one particular element that everybody's very open to. It's good from a beginner all the way through advanced. We often call it the gateway drug of the metaphysical world because nobody's really afraid of crystals. They respond to them because they know that they are resonating with them. They are a mineral, they are made up of minerals, and they're responding to the minerals themselves. And plus, everybody likes shiny things. I've had a lot of people come into the shop and they're very set on a particular crystal, but that crystal may not be available to them. I may not have it in the shop, and they will find that they are just going to go on this wild goose hunt for a particular crystal when the perfect one may be right there waiting for them. It's really more about the crystal coming to you and finding you. Sometimes the crystal is calling to you and you don't even realize. There are a lot of things that you can actually use crystals for. Most people come in and they just want to kind of carry one. They want to hold on to it. It makes them feel a little bit more secure. They can be very soothing, honestly, just holding them in your hands. There's even a shape of crystals called a worry stone, because you just carry it right in your palm and you just rub it when you're feeling maybe a drop in your energy or a loss of strength. And this one in particular, a serpentine, this is very good for actually bringing up that strength and that power. So you will find that you're just going to automatically pick up the one that you need at the time. Each shape actually means something different. You know, the smoother stones, and those are going to be very soothing because they've been worn down a little bit. So there's a way in which they're very comforting, almost like an old piece of clothing. But then you have crystals that are maybe a little bit more raw, like this little guy right here. It has all of these sharp edges, all of these intricacies, like a little world that pulls you in. And there's also these sharp points that direct energy very sharply. If you're looking to try to get a very strong concentration of energy in one spot, this particular pyramid is a selenite pyramid, which is very good for cleansing energy and releasing negativity. It also cleanses all of the other crystals. So this is a great one to have in a very concentrated point. Put the other crystals around it and they are being cleansed constantly. A tree, of course, is going to spread out all of its branches. It's going to make all of the energy much more diffuse in all of these different directions. Then you have the crystal ball, which spreads out the energy so evenly that it's very good for setting the tone of an entire room. Crystals and spell work, that's where it gets really interesting. Different colors, different properties. They're going to enhance your intention. This one right here, an aventurine. Now, when you look at green, you automatically think of money. It's very good for luck. It's very good for bringing in an adventure, hence its name. So this one would be a good one in trying to shift your energy a little bit more, change your luck, and also can bring in prosperity. So adding this to whatever spell work or intention you're trying to set, carrying it on you. You've got to remember it's bringing the earth element in, so it's bringing in that strong powerful intention with confidence, which makes you more of a magnet for energy and more attractive to the universe, and helps you to manifest more quickly. When you are working with crystals, they do retain an energy. Specifically, if you're putting an intention on it, or you're using it to help you to release negativity, they're going to have a certain charge after a while, as with anything that you wear on a regular basis. And remember, this is also going to apply to crystals in jewelry. After a while, they're going to start to feel perhaps maybe a little dull, because they're picking up so much energy that at one point they do need to be cleansed. On a regular basis, you want to do maintenance, not just for your crystals, but for yourself, because when you cleanse your crystals, you are regularly changing your energy, you're regularly releasing your energy, welcoming in a newer and brighter energy, and constantly bringing up the level of vibration of your crystals. By working on yourself and cleansing yourself, cleansing your crystals, everything works together to help bring you up to a higher and higher vibration as you go along. That's what makes this particular medium so invaluable, is because you're working together in partnership with your crystals. When we are working with cleansing crystals, we're working with the 4 directions, but there is a 5th element that comes in there, and that is the element of spirit. So what I also like to add is the element of sound, which is vibration. I prefer to start with that particular element, because what that does is it literally sets a tone. It will bring you to a place of harmony. So as the vibration raises, then when you bring the other 4 directions in, you have a complete, perfect harmony. So when we start with the course of the day, we start with air, mental energy. So when you're cleansing your crystals with the air element, it gets out all of those heavy thoughts, overthinking, heavy mindsets, bringing in new ideas and inspiration. You know, sometimes after a while, these crystals will get heavy, particularly if you're like me and you do a lot of overthinking. When you cleanse with fire, you're going to be bringing in more of the passion, more of the drive, and also fortifying the protection ability of your crystals. And then when you get to water, water is very good at helping to balance the emotions. So if you find yourself emotionally stressed a lot, you can cleanse with water as well. But you do have to be careful with water on certain crystals, because if it ends in an ITE, it's going to be a little bit toxic when the water is involved. So you don't want to be running anything such as a selenite or a hematite or anything like that underwater on a regular basis, because it will degrade. Then, of course, you have the earth element, which the crystals already are. And you can do that with herbs, you can do that with salt, or you could even bring it out and put them directly on the ground and let them release everything right back into Mother Earth, where they came from. When it comes to cleansing your crystals, you cleanse them whenever you think you need to. When you're just noticing your crystal a little bit more, you're getting the idea that you should cleanse it, yes, it's time. Okay, they will let you know. A lot of people will think that, okay, you put them under the full moon to cleanse them. Not the case. That's a whole different thing. Cleansing and charging are very different. If you put any of your crystals out underneath the full moon without cleansing them first, and you charge them, what you're doing is you're magnifying whatever is in there. So if you have all of this collected energy that you're ready to release, and then you put that out under the full moon, what you're going to do is you're just going to expand more of the same. So what you want is you want them to be neutral. Then you want to set a positive intention, whatever you want the crystal to do for you. And it's nice to change them, because then the crystal evolves as you evolve. Once you set your intention, then they're ready to be charged. And you can charge them under the full moon. You could charge them under the sun. There's a lot of different ways you can charge your crystals, but just know that it's always going to be something that's done in nature, and you're allowing that nature to come back in with you via your crystal.